Good morning, everybody. We had a wonderful night's sleep. As you can see, we've got really a nice campsite here. The view over here of the Mount Shasta is quite spectacular. So we were able to look at this all morning, and as you saw last evening, today we're going to head into the town of Weed. Yes, Weed, California. And there's a lot of fun things about Weed. I'll tell you about it. We're going to head there now. Let's go check out Weed. Weed, California has one of the most unusual names of any town in California. It's located in the north part of California, just south of the Oregon border in Siskiyou County. It has the College of Siskiyou in Weed itself. How did Weed get its name? Weed got its name from a guy named Abnor Weed. He was a logger back in the 1890s who purchased 280 acres and the mercantile store and the sawmill for $400. The 280 acres have become the town of Weed. He basically logged the 280 acres, built up the sawmill, eventually became the superintendent of Siskiyou County, sold the sawmill, and became a senator in California, and had large land holdings in both Northern California and Southern Oregon. Abnor had a very fruitful life and died in 1917. A funny story is there used to be a sign where in one direction it pointed toward Weed, the town of Weed, and the other direction it pointed toward college. Many people would pose in front of this sign, but it kept getting stolen. Caltrans decided not to put the sign up anymore, unfortunately. The town of Weed has decided to embrace its name, which has generated all kinds of entrepreneurial businesses. Some of the locals don't necessarily like it. Those are the ones that say, this town has gone to pot. That said, the town still generates a ton of money based on tourism and gets 92% of its revenue from tourism. The name Weed has really been successful with dispensaries and with t-shirt shops and anything with the name Weed on it. Very appropriate these days. Let's check this town out. I thought this was interesting. We've got a picture perfect view of Shasta from the baseball field, the high school baseball field. So they play baseball here and they can look up at Mount Shasta, which doesn't have much snow on it right now, but in the springtime it's actually quite beautiful. So here's the Weed Mercantile Mall. This is quite an old building, and it's got everything from Vietnamese food to community resource center. Pretty cool, like antique junk store in there. There's Wee Wee. Unfortunately, it's not going to open for another hour or so we'll probably walk around a little bit more downtown, show you what it looks like. See if we can find something that'll be fun to explore. So it looks like they have a dance studio here too. It says Weed, a flower yet to be discovered. Okay. Is that like the wildwood flower with Jim Stafford? Oh, it's a dispensary. You certainly would think there'd be a dispensary in Weed. Another dispensary in Weed. Yeah, a lot of funky little shops downtown. All the necessary things that you'd need and enough to cover for tourists. Another dispensary. It's 3 dispensaries in about 1 block. We stopped into a vintage store in Weed. I'm looking at probably getting this t-shirt and just looking around here. It's always kind of fun to look around and find stuff like this.
Now, time to going back to home. So hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell button. And see you on next video. Ciao.